Evening, fellow YouTubers. Bear Prepper here. Tonight I'm going to make Misty Shooter 223's peach wine. I'm not a drinker, but I'm sure that my family and friends will enjoy the wine. And I, of course, will have a taste. Just a taste, though, because I'm really a lightweight. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to try to use my stick blender to mush these up. This is, I don't have 6.5 cans, I have 6 cans of peaches. And I'll put in about a cup of dehydrated peaches to compensate. I think that's going to work. Let me show you. I think that'll work. So I'll get back to you as soon as I get them all mushed up. Okay, I got the peaches all mushed up. As you can see, it looks like a, runny mess. And I'm going to add, these are sealed really tight. I'm just a mess tonight. These are peaches in syrup, dehydrated. They're really good, by the way. And I'm just going to put in, a nice handful. Maybe a couple for good measure into my bowl. And I'm going to just keep dropping stuff because, you know, it's been a long week. It's Friday night. I've had a really hard week at work. Late nights, early mornings, brain trauma. So I'm going to let that sit in there for about 15 minutes just to let it get rehydrated a little bit. And then I'm going to put this in my trusty jug. I'll be back. Okay, I got my 10 pounds of sugar and about a half a gallon of water in here. I'm simmering it until it's clear. And then I'll put that in the jug. But in the meantime, I am following Cat's Cradle's suggestion, which I love, especially, you know, there's going to be a worldwide earthquake tomorrow. Yeah, I won't even have this posted before that happens. But anyways, I'm going to put the rubber bands on. I think that's a wonderful idea to prevent them from knocking. And so I'm going to do that. And if you didn't see our video, you've just put a couple rubber bands on. I went out and bought these really cheap ones at Office Max. Extra long, extra wide rubber bands. They're number 64s if someone's looking for them. And you just put a couple of them on. And then if your jar is knocked together, you don't hear nothing. So I'm going to do that to all my jars out at the retreat. Okay. I transferred it to a bigger pot because it just was not dissolving. There was just too much sugar and too little water. So now I'm ready to finish up the process. So what I have here is I have my peach juice, or peaches crushed, and my peach juice in the bucket there. And I am going to take a mug and pray it's not too hot and I burn myself. I'll switch. Can you see that? There we go. That's a little better. And I'm just going to fill this up in the jug. And I'm doing it in the sink so that I don't make messes elsewhere. And one of my viewers, you'll be happy to know the dryer just finished, so you don't have to listen to me multitask. See, you gotta remember, when you work all day, 10, 12 hours a day, when you have a moment, or you're doing something, you try to do more than one thing, so that maybe, just maybe, you'll have one day that you don't have to do any chores. So, that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing my laundry, and making my wine, so that maybe tomorrow afternoon, I won't have any chores to do. Okay, so finish up putting this juice in, and I think it's light enough now that I can pick up the pan and pour it in. And it's very, very hot. The bottle is very hot. So be careful. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it up to just below this rim with water. And I'm using water that I've had sitting out for a week in order to get some of the minerals and stuff out of it. Because here in Bear County we have very, very hard water. So that was about 2.5 gallons of water, 6 cans of peaches, 1 cup of dehydrated peaches, 10 pounds of sugar, all in a jug. So now I'm going to take my funnel off. And I'm going to use rubber band instead of tape, since I just bought a whole thing of rubber bands. And before I do that, I'm going to take a knife here. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so I'm right up here. I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to put my finger in one of the fingers and I'm going to go, ouch. No, seriously, I'm not. And I'm just going to put a little hole in it, just so it doesn't explode, because I don't have another glove here. I have to go back out to the retreat to get one. And I'm going to put a rubber band around it. And if this pops, I guess I could always do what Ironhead 41 says to do. If you want to know, go check out his wine making video. And she said in about 2 weeks, we'll start seeing the fermentation process. I'm going to have my son come out here and shake this for me when it cools a little bit, because of course I can't do it. And I'm going to wash it off. And I'm just going to set it in my closet, which is dark and warm. And I'm going to let it sit there, and apparently you let it go until there's no more bubbles coming out, and then it's ready to process. So hopefully we'll see you in about 4 weeks.